Hello everyone, Nurse Steph here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Steph. I'm a cosmetic and a mental health nurse. I'm based in Melbourne, Australia. And today I want to talk about the anatomy of aging. What am I talking about? Anatomy of aging. You think we age, it's part of life, that's it. But really, there's so much things that goes on underneath the surface, and there's a whole different layer underneath what you see here. So this is what you probably think is just happening. That's it. There's not much else. But aging actually happens on all layers of ourselves, of our skin. And there's different compartments and different layers that stacked on top of the other. And the whole aging process affects all of those layers. So there's different layers on our faces. We've got the skin on top, and it's divided into the dermis and the epidermis. They work in different ways. So one of the things they do is to maintain and hold moisture. That's responsible for keeping your skin firm and tight. It also has the collagen production happening underneath that over time slowly decreases. So we're not as able to produce collagen and elastin as we get older. Underneath your skin is your superficial layer of fat. A lot of the times, this is mainly the nasolabial fat here, which over time shrinks, they separate from one another. One of the common symptoms we see when the superficial layer of fat has aged is the deepening of the smile lines. So let's demonstrate it onto here. So that's an example of what it looks like underneath the skin. We've got different compartments of fat all over the face. For the superficial layer of fat, there's this one, that's the nasolabial fold, which is the last one to really shrink. But what it can do is it can gravitate towards the center, so in the central part of your face, away from the lateral sections of your face. So that's what creates the deepening of the smile lines or the nasolabial folds, because there's nothing sort of holding it upwards. So the next layer we've got is our muscles. So you'd think that muscles get stronger over time. They can, but that also means that as they contract, they form our wrinkles. Muscles can also atrophy over time, which means that they also decrease in size. So that's what our muscles could look like underneath. Obviously, the size, the depth, and the overall structure could be a little bit different, but this is generally what it looks like underneath. And as you can see, we've got muscles working all over our faces. So if they tend to shrink, there's less support structurally holding everything up as well. So underneath the muscles is your deep fat layers, which we can't really see on this structure, but on a 3D perspective, this is what it could look like. And the deep layer of fat is what we typically target in terms of revolumization treatments. So the volume loss that occurs in the subcutaneous layers are what leads to a deflated or hollow appearance, which we tend to associate with an aged or aging look. There's actually two specific types of hallmarks of aging. So some people are sinkers. What this means is the subcutaneous layers are shrunken, appearing hollow, sunken, and there's the saggers where everything is sort of descending down, causing the jowls, even the chin area, and the eye bags. So the weakening of the ligaments, the thinning of the epidermis, and the atrophy of the tissues all results in the descent of subcutaneous fat layers. Again, this can accentuate the nasolabial folds and the jowls, causing an aged appearance, and can lead to the inverted triangle, which looks like this. Of course, the last layer is our bone, which tend to resorb over time. So we lose the structure, our jawlines become softer, the bone underneath our nose gets a little bit deeper, again causing in the deepening of the smile lines. We also lose structure and definition on our temples, causing hollowness around the sides and deflating the cheekbones. So there you have it. That's the key hallmarks of aging on all layers of the face. Keep an eye out for my next video where I talk about specifically what happens in each layer. So your skin, subcutaneous fats, muscle, and your bone. If you're concerned with any volume loss or lack of definition, make sure you book a consultation with a cosmetic nurse or doctor to discuss your concerns and your treatment options. I hope you learned something new today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe so you know when my next video is up next. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.